हम लोग
Let us know in the comments and tell us. Sorry.
It really, none of the things that you did for luck have worked for you. First of all, we have started this episode an hour late. Second, you have done no fucks.
Bina. Okay, that was just us trying to demonstrate the different good luck practices that we do. None of them work, and hence, point proved. Let's begin the episode. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Said So, a show we take random facts that review personal stories and we talk about them. And right now, we're going to be talking about luck, lucky charms, good luck, good
Correct.
omens.
I think you have to start this episode with Murphy's Law. Because I think all of us have experienced it. I think every single person in the world.
First, you'll have to state Murphy's Law.
Okay. Murphy's Law states that anything bad that can happen will happen. That is Murphy's Law. And I know it sounds cynical and very me in its je ne sais quoi.
Baba, I had no idea that your personality had a law named after it. It's very interesting.
But people's misrepresentation of the law is quite rampant.
Yes.
Right? अरे मैं ना हमेशा सोचता हूँ कि फ्राइडे को तो मेरा ये मैं लेट होने वाला हूँ और फक लेट हो गया. Murphy's Law.
No, but
Okay.
but do we have a good example of Murphy's Law? Like of something that has happened.
I think if you've been involved, like all three of us are in some capacity, we've been involved in productions, right? Like I remember that every time I've been wanting to shoot a stand-up video, anything wrong that can happen will happen on that day while you're recording, especially when you're recording your best bit.
Best bit. Yeah.
Right? Dude, number of times हम लोग ने बोला है, चिल्ला के बोला है कि भाई लोग प्लीज अपना फोन साइलेंट पे रखो, प्लीज ऑफ कर दो, जो करना है, बट डोंट फकिंग डिस्टर्ब द शो. कट टू आई एम डूइंग माय द बिट आई वांट टू रिकॉर्ड.
Right before the punchline.
And it happened in your special. It was Murphy's Law where we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Till we actually looked at footage.
वो तूने दही नहीं खाया था ना पहले.
Dahi shakkar.
तो दही शक्कर खाना चाहिए था.
Dahi shakkar.
So anyway, like we've spoken about luck and the various aspects in some capacity at some point of time, but फिर भी कौतुक तेरे साथ लाइफ में ऐसे कोई चीज हुआ है, मतलब like a good luck charm that you carry or like something like a habit you do because you in your head feels that it brings you luck. Do you have something?
Yeah. I mean, so the thing is, I think I used to be a way more superstitious person before. And the reason for that is, I feel like superstition is compensation for lack of preparation / talent / ability / all of those.
100%.
So the when you are sort of less capable and less prepared for a thing, you tend to want to believe that there's some cosmic force that will make up for it. So when I was starting out stand-up, I used to do this thing where everything before I got on stage had to be done in threes. So take 3 sips of water before you get on.
You used to do that.
So I used to have this really weird one, okay? And people have mocked me for it, which is that before I leave the house or the office or a room with, like if I've gone to a friend's house, then leaving the thing, I would need to take a sip of water and then no one should like call me or like say my name or
How
like
do you control that?
You don't. You just are like, I mean, people who know me, and I'm not going to random parties. So I'm like, I would take 2 sips and then I would bounce. So now everyone knows that this is it. तो कितनी बार वो लोग ऐसा, अच्छा सुनना करके तो मैं वापस 2 सिप पानी. फिर ऐसा, अच्छा सुनना, अरे मैं वापस 2 सिप पानी. They've really.
And then Bawa can't go because he has to first go to the loo.
Now I have to pee. So I used to have this. Like what Kautuk is saying is exactly that. Lack of preparation, lack of this. Also in some cases where like कि तूने script नहीं लिखा है और तेरे को script तूने बोल दिया कि मैंने भेज दिया है script. So I'm saying equivalences of that are like so.
No, but because you've done it at some point of time and it's yielded what you wanted.
I'm 100% certain that is not the reason why it yielded what it did. But yes,
No.
For me, what's really funny is that it was not that way. Because I come from a cynical place, it used to be मैंने 2 सिप पानी पिया और मैं घर से बाहर गया और कुछ बुरा नहीं हुआ. So most people
you're
are like,
warding
मैंने
off
दो सिप, yeah, दो सिप पानी पिया तो मैं
Baba's lucky charm is hydration.
No, so so that was one of them. I used to have, I spoke about this, the lucky t-shirt that I would do stand up in, where I've now completely outgrown it, but I would carry it in my
अभी night
bag.
suit है वो.
No, now I would carry it in my, no, it won't fit. I would carry it in my bag and, rub it to the other t-shirt because it wouldn't fit, and ये सब problem होता था.
और फिर भी वो जोक किया उसके बाद.
हाँ. So,
तू अगर घिसने के बदले
that's really never the option, right? Doing the
I
joke.
used to do this in school because हम लोग क्रिकेट खेलते थे ना तो
Oh boy.
मैंने एक बार मैच विनिंग 83 in 45 बॉल्स मारा था. तो तब से मेरा हो गया कि ये सब हुआ है not because I fucking applied my mind, I practiced.
Bowler was bad.
अच्छा ये किया, हाँ bowler was bad also. फिर भी मैं अकेले खेल के निकला नहीं. मैंने जो बॉक्सर पहना था ना, ये वो है. बॉक्सर इज द रीजन. ठीक है, तो उसके बाद अगला मैच के पहले ये बॉक्सर जाएगा, मतलब ये ब्रीफ नहीं, बॉक्सर ब्रीफ्स, राइट. ये जाएगा धुल के आएगा, मैं ये ही पहनूंगा.
Thank God तूने धोया, because otherwise it would be the luck of that day which
Bro,
is
but-
embodied in this chaddi.
टेस्ट मैच के टाइम क्या करता था? टेस्ट मैच के टाइम 5 दिन वही
नहीं
खेलता ही नहीं था. टेस्ट
वनडे स्पेशलिस्ट.
Sorry, cannot play test match because I don't have chaddi.
या तो फिर वो है, या तो फिर आई डिसाइड कि मैं बैटिंग में पहन रहा हूँ कि बॉलिंग में पहन रहा हूँ.
No, so okay, I think we've asked this question, but I'll still ask it again. Are you a shoelace person or are you a laceless person? Because a lot of people also have that. Like I used to do that.
It's very tough to wear a shoe with a shoe.
No,
I'm
you
a
know what I
shoe
mean.
and
I'll
shoelace.
be honest. I am a
It-gap person.
once I tie my shoelace, then I just slip my shoes
Shoe
on.
in. Yeah,
All
अभी
time.
मैं इसमें भी मेरा ऑलरेडी लेस बंधा हुआ था. अभी मैं सिर्फ ऐसे जूता
Yeah,
पहने.
No. I'm a sock, shoe, lace person.
I do have that.
I mean
about-
that's who is sock shoe, then one more sock shoe person.
there are
Okay.
several sociopaths.
How many
Should say
people?
left or right first? तू वो समझना.
No. How many people do sock, shoe, lace, or sock, shoe, lace, sock, shoe?
चल, अपना comments यही है.
यही है. I wear this. No, yes, but
No, yes, but
तू दोनों सॉक्स पहनेगा, उसके बाद तू एक एक जूता पहनेगा ना यार. मतलब ये कौन एक्स्ट्रा लोगे जो एक सॉक
पूरा
एक
complete
शू,
करेंगे.
फिर तू सडनली एक साइड से लो है क्योंकि तेरा दूसरा साइड.
अरे तू बैठ के पहन रहा है ना, सब लोग खड़ा रह के जूता पहन रहे हैं.
डू यू सिट एंड वेयर योर शूज और डू यू स्टैंड एंड वेयर योर शूज?
Sit, most people is sit is very
मैं स्टैंड करके हम लोग निकलते हैं और कहतो फट.
because you all just slip it in a always late,
बैठने के लिए टाइम ही नहीं है बॉस.
always late. जल्दी उठने का ना.
मेरा एक नया लक का चालू हुआ है.
अच्छा, अभी चालू है?
नहीं, ये दिख रहा है.
Oh, yeah,
काला
this,
धागा.
that's
Sorry.
It was sorry for your.
I thought you found out at a music festival.
All I'm saying is, हाँ तो
I've
ये क्या?
been there. I don't believe.
Of
so
course.
much so, ठीक है.
Yeah,
my belief
you think
fluctuates.
you think boxer is more believable than that.
अरे I was also 13 then.
Doesn't
अभी
matter.
नहीं.
That doesn't.
अभी नहीं, ठीक है. तो
वरुण
it
एक
was
शो
one of the-
अगर किल किया है.
अबे ऐसा अगर तू इसकी बात कर रहा है ना तो in the last six years some of my best shows, even stuff that I've had to record for or whatever I have done when the previous night I was hungover.
Oh.
तो अभी इसको अगर मैं प्रैक्टिस समझ के चलूँ तो आई थिंक मेरा कॉमेडी करियर 2 साल में खत्म हो जाएगा.
मेरा लेवर उससे पहले.
हाँ, वही
So
तो,
sorry,
level
continue.
खत्म तो वैसे भी कॉमेडी खत्म.
Continue about that.
हाँ नहीं, so I was saying that even though I don't believe in something like this, इसको अभी 1 साल होगा मैंने निकाला नहीं है.
और निकलेगा भी नहीं शायद. Like it's
It's just there.
It's a
Like
part of
even
you,
though I say that I don't believe in it, right?
you don't want to risk it.
हाँ कि यार साला अगर मैं ज्यादा ही
टशन में आके कर दिया तो.
पटेली में कर दिया और फिर कुछ गलत हो गया तो
Yeah, you'd rather.
अभी मेरे पैर पे काला धागा
But
है.
that is also another person in this world that we know who has not taken it out since wanted.
He has not taken it out since he first found it at Linking Road and then he wore it and he said, yeah, अच्छा लग रहा है. Like a blue
So
bracelet.
whether it's a movie, whether it's an ad, whether it's whatever, it is on him. It doesn't.
Bro, that bracelet at this point
It's a
is so
fashion
famous.
statement, it's
no,
an
it's
icon.
not even a fashion statement. It's a performer in its own right. It probably has an agent that you have to call. And you have to pay it separate fees for appearance. Bro, it's so iconic.
Yeah. So
Starring Salman Khan.
Bracelet.
Salman's bracelet.
And then you have, imagine the agent who picks up the calls for the bracelet.
Hello, sir, is he available?
No,
भाई की bracelet.
he's tied up
Sir,
right now.
bracelet.
no, and the thing about the
Sorry, bracelet multi-hero project नहीं करते.
it'll come whatever. Salman Khan as in and as Bajrangi Bhaijaan. Salman Khan's bracelet in and as Salman Khan's bracelet.
Sawal. But so obviously we've seen luck manifest itself in various forms. But in our research on luck and luckiest people, we've come across some insane stories about people who've been supremely lucky. Before we dive into it, one of them was already addressed in one of the previous episodes, but a quick recap for those of you who don't know, right? Susumu Yamaguchi was the famous man who survived both Hiroshima
And
Nagasaki. Okay? I mean, there are other people also who've cheated death multiple times who we'll get to, but this guy was even more this because two nuclear bomb जहाँ दो जगह फटा उससे तेरा बचने का चांस जीरो होना चाहिए.
Correct.
तू दो जगह पे बच गया. So if you've not watched it, watch it in the one of the earlier episodes. We've covered.
But, and you know, this is a good point to kind of bring this thing up, that any conversation on luck is like talking about yin and yang. Where you cannot have one without the other, in the sense that yes, he's lucky to survive it, but he's also unlucky to be in those positions in the first
place. Yeah.
Which is also the case of
Schrodinger's luck.
He's lucky and unlucky at the same time. No, so we should talk about the legend that all three of us have researched.
Yeah. You know, somehow we all opened our web browsers and this guy is everywhere.
His name is Frano Selak.
Frane Selak.
No, it is Frano according to Wikipedia.
Depends on where.
Which website?
I am on pdh.com.
I am on Wikipedia.
And this is wrong because they couldn't even write PhD correctly. So F. Selak.
Selak, yes.
So
Mr. Selak.
Mr. Selak.
Oh, 1 second. They're right because it's Frano Selak or Frane Selak. Both according to Wikipedia.
Schrodinger Selak.
So this guy is a Croatian man who has, cheated
and who has been lucky not once,
No,
not twice,
I'll just quickly do
not
his timeline.
3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times, but 7 fucking times.
Yes, and he still died at 87. But I'm saying here is his experiences.
We'll go through one by one. You start the first one.
1962, he was riding a train through a cold, rainy canyon. Train has flown off the tracks and crashed into a river, like the Patan scene. Okay, and the gentleman has been pulled to safety by another person, and 17 others have drowned. But he suffered a broken arm and hypothermia.
Wow.
That was the start. So if you were to go through this ever, you'd be like, fuck bro, क्या बच गया. ठीक है. और फिर तो hospital जाएगा. फिर तो निकल के अपने family friends को हक
This was a
करेगा.
once in a lifetime experience.
My eyes have...
Correct. This is
I can tell you,
1962.
My eyes have opened. I'm changed. Like I have a new zest and this.
I
for
saw my life flash before my eyes
once
for the first time.
Yeah.
In
Then
1963.
Mr. Selak was on a plane. The only time that he has been on a plane. Okay. It gets so much better, right? The only time Mr. Selak has been on a plane, he was on his way towards France, where a malfunction in the plane led to an explosion happening.
And it has
him
blown
getting
out.
Sucked out. मतलब अगर प्रेशर निकल गया, दरवाजा खुल गया तो करके निकल जाता ना, तो सलाक निकल गया है. ऊपर से गिरा in a haystack.
And Frano again meets his family. He's like, I saw my life flash before my eyes.
I saw last year flash before my eyes.
Flash once again, and I really love you and miss you. But let's to deconstruct this. Okay, this fucker's on a plane. And what has happened on the plane?
And of course, it's the last time and first time he went on a plane. तू जाएगा इसके बाद plane
नहीं
में?
जाएगा, सवाल.
He's also on the plane because he's like, भाई train
ट्रेन
से तो
से जाना.
Exactly.
इसने बोला भाई ट्रेन से नहीं जा सकता तो प्लेन से गया. The thing exploding and him getting sucked out, that sort of a situation also is a 1 in a many million times chance. बचा. उसके ऊपर से बोला fuck, मैं गिर रहा हूँ. And from that to fall into a fucking haystack, bro.
The only thing more amazing would be if he literally fell onto a stack of sleepwell mattresses.
अरे हाँ मजा आया.
और वो प्लेन में भी सोया था. All right. From
Kautuk,
there,
the third one.
3 years later in 1966. What do you want to do it or should I do it?
You've started it now. Go for
No, I can. 3 years later, no, I was just giving timeline because 1962, 1963. So he's like, chal, 2 saal abhi chill kiyesh. Okay? And 1966, he was in a bus. Why? Because
तो बोला भाई प्लेन से तो नहीं जा रहा मैं.
ट्रेन तो पता ही है तो
ट्रेन तो वैसे भी नॉट अलाउड है अपन के लिए. तो चल बस में जाते.
he was
तो उसने शिवनेरी पकड़ा.
he was riding a bus that has skidded off the road into a river. Again, drowning 4 passengers. He has swum to shore with a few cuts and bruises.
गुड इम्प्रूवमेंट बिकॉज पहले बार उसको हाइपोथर्मिया हो गया तो अभी उसको एक्सपर्ट है वो कि कैसे पानी में रहने का.
Again he meets his family. He's like, guys,
The last 2 years.
This is happening way too many times.
his friends and family also like, ah, bye.
I think थर्ड टाइम के बाद उन्होंने बोला ये खुद ही आएगा हम लोग को मिलने के लिए. छोड़ अपन बेवजह हॉस्पिटल जाते हैं, पूल पे खर्चे वेस्ट हो रहे, चॉकलेट लेके आ रहा हूँ साले के लिए, हर 2 साल आ जाता है वापस. ओके एंड देन यू लाइक पोर थिंग मिस्टर सलाक. अभी तुम ना प्लेन से जा सकते ना ट्रेन से, बस से तो बिल्कुल नहीं जा सकते.
Correct.
रिवर को तो तुम पसंद ही नहीं हो. तो उसने बोला छोड़ो मैं घर पे बैठूंगा. और उसके अभी बच्चे हो चुके हैं. इट इज 1968.
No, it's now
1970. 1970.
Okay, and his car caught fire as he was driving. And he managed to escape before the fuel tank exploded.
Exploded. He only had some part of his hair burnt. He's come home, he's drawn a car and a big X around that. Do not take. ठीक है. तो अभी इसकी गाड़ी का भी सीन हो गया. गाड़ी फट गई. Again, chances of गाड़ी फटेश is also
Is low, or?
It's not extremely high. You don't have an exploding car.
So he bought a new car.
No. So before then he said, अभी मैं थोड़ा टाइम घर पे रहेगा. अभी मेरे बच्चे हो गए. ठीक है. And as a good father, I'm going to teach my son on how to hold and fire a gun.
No, you're still missing one more.
No, hold on. So you take the next one. He said, I'll teach my son how to shoot a gun. But for some reason, the safety
Was
on the gun
was off.
Again, easily savable error. And the gun happened to be in his arm.
Oh no.
और उसके हाथ से trigger दब गया.
Oh no.
And he shot his own testicles. The chances of you accidentally shooting your own testicles are also 1 in many million, because of all the places I would aim the nozzle, here would be the last place.
Bro, how did he?
अरे वो ऐसे पकड़ के चल रहा होगा भाग. So they had to operate on him obviously, and now he don't have testicles, but he still survived. Okay, तो ये 4th time
So
cheating, 5th time cheating death हो गया.
before this, 3 years, he was, after the car incident, he has again bought a safer car and is driving.
Airbags.
The engine was doused with hot oil from a malfunctioning fuel pipe, causing flames to shoot through the air vents. Selak's hair was completely singed in the incident, but otherwise he was unharmed.
This guy, dude.
और वापस family वाले भाग के आए.
95.
Are you okay? So, at this point, I don't even care.
I mean, at
90.
this point, when does my life not flash in front of my eyes?
Exactly. I don't have life left for it to flash. Now your life flashed in front of my eyes because I've literally exhausted all
My
chances
lives.
of flashing of lives.
95 में he was struck by a bus in Zagreb, sustained only minor injuries.
Head-on collision with a bus.
1966,
अभी चल भी नहीं सकता रास्ते में.
1966 collision, he eluded a head-on collision with a United Nations truck on a mountain curve by swerving into a guardrail.
Again, the chances of you getting into a head-on collision with a very specific United Nations truck on a blind turn is 1 in a million.
So he has swerved into a guardrail. Okay, and obviously Selak was not wearing a seatbelt. Okay, अब तो I am the cheater of death and all things that come with it. So he's not wearing a seatbelt.
Airbags को Selak चाहिए अभी.
So he has been ejected out of the car and he has clung onto a tree. His car has fallen 300 feet later.
No, this is double dhamal.
Yeah, this is
And-
Mission Impossible 8.
So, 2 days after his 73rd birthday, उसका luck थोड़ा change हुआ.
बट दिस टाइम वो मरा नहीं, क्योंकि भगवान ने बोला देख मैं तेरे को 7 बार मारने की कोशिश किया, तू मर रहा नहीं है, तो तू दुनिया का सबसे लकी आदमी है, इसलिए उसने लिया है लॉटरी का टिकट.
अरे.
Yeah, and he won.
जीता है $1.1 million.
Correct.
Of course.
Correct.
Of course.
7.5 खोखा, तो हर एक चीट डेथ के लिए उसको मिला है 1 खोखा.
And while he was going to retrieve his money, my car,
No. At the time of his win, he was also married for the 5th time.
for the 5th time.
अच्छा वो क्रैश किसने बात ही नहीं किया.
Because every time he's in a crash, his wife is like, fuck this guy, man.
But here's the sweet thing.
Crash, he goes to the hospital, doctor's like, it looks very tough. बीवी चले जाती है छोड़ के. And then he's like, honey, I'm home. What? I thought you met with a head-on collision with a United Nations truck.
Yeah, but
you know, just a few scratches.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Bro, मैं तैर के वापस आ गया river से. But here's the sweet thing, right? So he purchased 2 houses and boats, obviously with his a boat with his winnings. But in 2010, he decided to give most of the remaining money away to relatives and friends after deciding to live a frugal lifestyle. So something clearly happened. But here's the funny thing. Can I tell you? Sorry, it's
now
not
the funny thing comes.
Yeah, but here it's not really funny, right? So nobody has obviously they've not been independently verified by several people, etc. But and sometimes they were inconsistent or whatever. But it sounds like चल ना 7 नहीं 5 फिर भी वो amazing है, ठीक है? He died at the age of 87. They've not told us how.
So here's the other thing, right? I feel like because it's not verified, I think we should add our own stuff to it. Like
On
क्या
Wikipedia.
है bro, उसने हर mode of transport ले लिया.
Right, there's still so much left, right? He was traveling by scooter when a piece of machinery started falling from a building and he just missed it.
Yeah.
Then he was on a bullock cart when the bull went.
When a meteorite
Yeah, he was on
the
a
Kuiper belt on its flyby on Earth.
He was on a
landed right next to him.
he was on a unicycle when an eagle picked him up and dropped him and he flew.
Somehow he was dropped into a trampoline, he only to bounce back up, slap the eagle in the face.
कुछ भी चल रहा है.
haystack.
कुछ भी
Bro,
चल
क्या होता है, थोड़े लोग नसीब लेके आते हैं, मतलब 7 बार
Yes,
ये
yes,
और उसके देखो लॉटरी भी जीता तू उसके बाद ब्रो. एक बार फ्लूक है, दूसरे बार ये है. Like, you know, the other day, he's an unlucky guy. Lucky
but
because viral
bro-
हो गया, but unlucky, I'll tell you why. And I don't know if it's, again, verified. Man got struck by lightning twice.
Yeah.
You saw that video? It's a CCTV camera. आदमी भाग रहा है, light, अटका, गिर गया, vibrate होने लग गया, ये वो कैसे तो उठा, and he's just been electrocuted by a fucking lightning.
Lightning bolt, yeah.
ठीक है, तो ऐसे मर के थोड़ा 10 कदम चला, एक और.
Oh my God.
Either it's brilliant editing or this motherfucker is the luckiest guy after Selak.
But you know, these are the kind of people, right, who are giving the Grim Reaper a missed call. वो बेचारा आ रहा
मैं
है.
क्या? नहीं सर, थोड़ा 1 मिनट रुक जाओ.
मीनिंग वो आ रहा है चल के चल इसका उठाता हूँ अभी. अरे सॉरी नॉट टुडे ब्रो. सॉरी फॉर
सर मैं पिकअप के लिए आ गया हूँ, आप कहाँ पे हो? लोकेशन पे पहुंचा नहीं हूँ.
कैंसिलेशन फी भरना पड़ेगा आपको प्लीज.
But you know, like there's another guy from Australia. Okay, so this kid, when he was 14, diagnosed with an illness and all of that, and was pronounced clinically dead. They had put off the ventilator.
Oh shit.
He came back.
Oh man. Huh.
When bro, ventilator means for a family.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's the hardest decision.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible because somewhere you're always hoping against hope. Like we've all, or maybe either know somebody.
Yeah. I'm telling you, personal
Yeah,
experience. Yeah.
Me too. So with my charger, same thing. Should we not? Like, what if, you know, like
There is
suddenly,
even a microcosm
when
of
you
a
need
hope.
that to happen, you're just like, bro, anything, and I'm ready to believe and do in anything you want just to get that little bit of miracle. Like, I'll give you an example. When he was in the hospital, my aunt and all, they had to sit in this one specific mandir जिधर रात भर दिया जलना चाहिए. So you can't sleep. If the diya goes off, it's a bad thing. And when you're at that stage, you don't care.
Yeah,
I will
whether
stand
it's-
on one foot while making sure this diya doesn't go off and saying something.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Bro, I'm
for
telling
so
you,
long.
I mean,
I've seen this
I'm
too.
getting good because I'm saying, I used to eat the same thing. Sorry. I used to eat the same thing at Leelavati
Yeah.
for breakfast because I was like, mom
If
has
I
made
change,
it,
yeah,
like
right.
mom has made it one more day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy the stuff that we would do to try and just make sure that you are looking for anything. You would look at it for just like one small fragment of hope and anything that works like that, and that decision to pull the plug, the amount of practicality and the amount of reason is so evidently there that it's the only choice, right? Like you're bleeding money, you are not going to keep this, and there is no chance of survival, right?
And if the person could speak, they would tell you to do it.
100%.
They would not
100%.
want you to go
Yeah, and
through
that same conversation of, are they actually suffering or are they at least painless? If they're painless, should we keep this on for a little long? It's that many things, and at some point, like there is a confidence that the doctor gives you, saying that and dude, that decision of saying yes, let's do it is really hard. But what happened to this guy who came back? My only thing is, because imagine he got up and he's like, साला ventilator क्यों निकाला?
नहीं, और वो कोमा में था 14 दिन.
हाँ.
वो कोमा में था 14 नहीं, थोड़ा ज़्यादा. He was in coma. Then eventually they put the thing off. He was pronounced dead for 14 minutes. Then came back.
Man.
14 minutes. So, मतलब you've just put it off, and
Bro, they've called time of death.
As a family, you're just like
It's the end.
inconsolable. There's that, and this guy comes back to life.
Yeah.
Many years later. Talk about being lucky, right? Like whatever, luck. I don't know how to do miracle, whatever you want to call it. Many years later, he had bought a scratch it lottery type situation. He scratched it and he won a $27,000 car. So it's like, fuck, that's amazing. And a local news channel found out about his story that, as a child, like as a 14-year-old, he was pronounced dead. He came back, was in a coma,
Fuck, as a
ventilator.
14-year-old.
Came back, then bought this car or $27,000 car. So they wanted to sort of reenact the whole scene. So they bought another scratch card and they said, listen, we'll just get you scratching this card and we want to make this into a thing. He won $275,000.
And the news channel claimed it, saying we bought the ticket.
No, they are live ऐसे shoot कर रहे कि hey, this is the moment where Bill Morgan won a car and he scratched it and he's just like, bro, I won $27,000. $275,000.
But this is the kind of stuff that leads to gambling addictions.
Yeah.
Where you just go like, maybe the third
मेरे
time,
साथ
Maybe today.
maybe the fourth time, maybe the
and
100th.
there's so many of these lottery winners where तूने खरीदा है कभी लॉटरी टिकट? मैं एक आध बार
Housey.
खरीदा है. हाँ, हाउसी क्या? बट ऐसे लॉटरी एक दो बार खरीदा है. But there's such insane stories of lottery winners. This anyway, winning a lottery, that too a big one, is like a 1 in a million of fucking chances, right? So you are just going by people's absolute this of भाई एक दिन तो मैं जीतूंगा. Like I had a friend, I'm not kidding, I'm sorry I'm digressing. I had a friend, he used to, he was lucky. We all know somebody is a बहुत lucky आदमी है because something that they have done, said, or you've seen happen with
It
them,
generally
that
works out.
it works out. That he might be a biggest चूतिया, but ऐसे कुछ करके हो जाता है, and suddenly he's in a better job, making more money or whatever. And the best place to see and what you equate with luck is gambling, playing cards or whatever. And because good luck, bad luck, but anything coming out of chance and that going in your favor, lucky. हम लोग दिवाली के टाइम खेलते हैं ना पत्ते. Bro, he would always win. Always. And even if he loses, right? अभी वो आ रहा है, उसका last coin पे है. He leaves the night with a fucking stack. And it happens once, twice, thrice. Bro, it was standard for years. And I think after a point, he also started फीलिंग कि नहीं भाई मैं तो
हूँ,
मैं तो हूँ, हम वो पंडिंग भी कर रहा है, उसमें भी हो रहा है ये वो, ही वुड एक्चुअली कम एंड सीरियसली टेल मी, तेरे को पता है मुझे क्या चाहिए, मुझे चाहिए कि कोई मुझे 50 लाख रुपए दे, मैं उसका ना 50 करोड़ करके आऊंगा वेगस से.
Wow.
And it sounds so stupid.
But-
and we would make fun of him. But somewhere down the line, all of us believe, नहीं ब्रो, अगर अपन थोड़ा कंट्रीब्यूट करके दे देना
इसको कॉन्ट्री करके
कंट्री करके दे देते सब लोग 5 का 10 बन जाएगा अपना.
Bro, this guy should go on Shark Tank, no?
Yeah.
He should be like,
This is my business proposition.
looking for 50 lakhs investment at 10% return.
आपका बिजनेस क्या है? मैं 5 का 10 करता हूँ.
मैं बस लकी हूँ.
1 2 का 4.
So guys, now this is the perfect episode to bring this up. This is from fs.blog.
Oh.
Okay, so fully legit. Now it's an article called "Improving Your Luck." Okay, I really like this article because it gives you 5 techniques.
Also, it gives you the assumption that you are lucky.
Exactly. So now I'm gonna
Also perfect clickbait. I would click.
Arey, amazing, and it's not fully faltu. Okay, so basically the technique number 1: acknowledge the role of luck. Okay.
कि भाई है.
Yeah. So basically, they say कि if you want to be a winner, you must stay keenly aware of the role that luck plays in your life. Right? When a desired outcome is brought about by luck, you must acknowledge that luck. Don't misappropriate it to your talent.
चड्डी boxer.
Or so he's done the opposite where he has
Appropriate.
So even your bad luck shouldn't be like meaning sometimes it's the best way to kind of mitigate that thing na ki instead of getting fully disheartened, you just go like, look, sometimes you don't win every hand.
Yeah.
So
Or it could have been
The
worse.
rationalization of
so it also encourages you to try more, and by trying more you improve your odds of getting, it's that old quote na, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
Yeah.
So that's number 1. Second is technique number 2 is find the fast flow. Okay, so
what does that mean?
I'll tell you. So the lucky personality gets to know everybody in sight: the rich, the poor, the famous, the humble, the sociable, and even the friendless and the cranky. This means that you have to be Varun Thakur, where you have to, the more you expose yourself to people and networks, the flow.
Yeah.
That's where the
The chi.
the luck is, because a lot of luck, at least in human
Among the
endeavors,
3 of us, he is the luckiest.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you're an
Because
extrovert.
you go with a
अच्छा,
chi.
वैसे, okay.
You go with chi.
So the thing is that in all human affairs, most of the stuff comes from other people. That they
But
give
that
you,
includes bad juju also, no?
Yeah.
Like the more you're out there, one is that you go with the fast flow or whatever. The other is the more, say, people know of you or whatever. So that chances of the
nazar.
and अरे काला टिक्का नहीं लगाया, that can also be.
Nazar. ये भी बात सही है.
नजर न लग जाए.
Bro, they have a saying, it's very popular in India, which is that if you have wealth, never show it. Because the minute
Yeah.
you show it, like that's when
Or don't talk about things till it's actually
Opportunities, yeah.
it's happened. That's one thing.
That I actually believe in. Believe it or not.
No, और मैं चूतिया, मैं उल्टा हूँ. मैं जाके बोल देता था ना, I'm like fuck यार, why the fuck am I going and saying, क्योंकि अगर नहीं हुआ तो मेरे इतने बार हुआ ना, believe नहीं करेगा. Back when comedy nights with Kapil होता था ना, तो it was a big thing, right? I'm talking about almost 6-7 years ago, and they had called me for a meeting and this that, and they had seen Filmfare awards and stuff like that. So they said, we want you to be a part of the thing. And I was like, bro, fuck yeah, comedy night with Kapil. My parents are going to like lose their mind and it's the family. Those are the shows that they watch.
Yeah.
And it was at the peak at that point. तो मैं सीधा घर पे आके दिवाली का टाइम है, ये हो गया है, कमेंट पूरा बोल दिया.
Kaput.
क्योंकि they wanted me to do something that I wasn't comfortable with doing. So from that excitement, so then I started be like, नहीं यार, तू चुप बैठ, जब तक तू साइन करके पहुंचा नहीं है ना,
तब तक नहीं
तू
है.
सेट से सेल्फी डाल चाहिए तो, लेकिन उसके पहले बोल मत कोई भी चीज.
I have a saying that I keep telling myself, which is that the vacation doesn't happen until it happens.
Yeah. Oh, this is the...
You know, like you're not on the vacation until you're in the fucking on
the
the
way,
land that you
No,
are.
I'm on the way on the plane back.
In fact, if you're Frank Solano, it's till after you've reached.
After you land.
So basically, one addition to this being with the flow is the worst thing you can do is the worst thing you can do is withdraw from the network of friendships and acquaintanceships at home and at work. If you aren't in the network, nobody is ever going to steer anything your way. I need to learn this lesson big time. We're very bad at networking in general.
All my friends, please send everything towards.
Yeah. I like this next one, okay? Technique number 3 is called risk spooning. Okay, it's when you get into bed with risk and then you hold them from behind.
Oh, risk. That's what I was wondering. Risk spooning.
Risk spooning. All right, so here's the interesting thing about this. There are 2 ways to be an almost sure loser in life. One is to take goofy risks, that is risks that are out of proportion with the rewards being sought, and the other is to take no risks at all. So the people who are lucky, they know the right spoonful of risk to take. That's the risk spooning. So they just do the appropriate amount. They take risks, but not to a level which
Calculated
is
risk is what they call.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the idea. Just take it in measured spoonfuls, but always take some kind of risk.
Yeah. Like, don't just jump from a high place without a bungee rope.
Yeah.
You know, at least have one.
Please
don't have 2. Yeah.
Then technique number 4 is called run cutting. Okay, now run cutting is basically that. Have you had this experience where you're just going through this patch where everything you're doing is working out, right? Like things that aren't supposed to work out are also working out, right? It's just one phase, one patch in life. You should know when to cut that run. Like you should be aware that you're
Purposely.
Yeah. So because luck always turns at some point, like the odds will always flip against you. So you should be aware of that luck and kind of be like, okay,
But how
look,
can you how can you halt it suddenly? Everything good, even the things you thought didn't work for you are working for you. How?
So I'll tell you what they're saying.
Ah.
So since you can never tell in advance when a given run is going to end, the only sensible thing to do is to preserve your gains by jumping off early in the game. So this is more relevant in
The gambling.
For example, not just gambling. For example, you're in the stock market.
Yeah.
Gambling. Ask anybody who bought Adani shares.
So jumping off early, like you know that okay, this run is incredible.
It's
but
about to end. Yeah.
So get out at the point that's correct.
Crypto.
Most things you can apply this.
Hey, remember that? It's $26,000 for one Bitcoin.
to. Just probably don't do this in relationships.
Yeah.
Arey, maybe it's going too well. Yeah, chal.
Chodo, let's fight.
Run,
I
cut.
hate you. What the fuck happened? No, like we're having such a good time. Yeah, so we have to stop it.
What टेस्ट वालों ने बोला कि ऐसा रन कट करने
Yeah,
का
they said like don't be too happy with good things happening for very long. Stop it. कौन है तेरी माँ?
Okay, last one. Okay, technique number 5 is called luck selection. Okay, so luck selection is basically as you enter any new venture, okay, investment, job, love affair, whatever, you can't know how it'll work out, right? No matter how carefully you lay your plans, you cannot know if those plans will be affected by the unforeseeable. Now, if the luck is good, then you stay in the venture and enjoy it. But what if the luck is bad? Okay, and basically what they're essentially saying is that you have to know when to kind of like cut your losses and cut your losses short, and don't be afraid of. It culminates with the whole thing, right? Take the risk, but as soon as it starts souring, don't be afraid to kind of snip it.
Don't hope that it'll get better.
Yeah, that's what is the thing?
And
called?
when it's
Sink
better,
loss fallacy.
always hope that it'll get bad. तो ऐसे एक बीच में कि मैं खुश हूँ कि नहीं हूँ, मैं सैड हूँ कि मैं खुश रहूँ कि क्या बोला ये टिस वाला ने, मैं समझा नहीं कुछ. तू सुना नहीं उसने क्या बोला? से बोला जब तक तू ज्यादा खुश हो रहा है तू सोच कि एक टाइम पे खराब होने वाला है.
हाँ.
और दूसरे टाइम पे वो बोल रहा है कि सुन खराब होगा तो ऐसे मत सोच कि हाँ ठीक हो जाएगा. नहीं,
जो चाचा है वही भतीजा है, जो भतीजा है वही चाचा है.
ऐसा कोई सेपरेट चाचा ही नहीं है. सही बात. But you know, luck also comes in like different ways. For example, you know Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
He's
him.
considered-
but
yeah, you don't know him.
I
You
know him.
Fidel?
I know of him.
You don't know him from Bay of Pigs.
No, I don't.
So Fidel Castro, as everybody knows, Cuba का leader, right? So he उसके ऊपर assassination attempt कितने बार हुआ है?
ये मेरे को पता है 17 बार.
गलत.
नहीं.
गलत.
अरे
And you are off by very, very.
107 बार.
You're also off by very much.
203 बार.
You're off still by very much.
By 1174 times.
You are gone over. See, when it's going good, you should by
574.
a grand total of 630 assassination attempts.
So there were 17 assassinations that were done in love affairs.
Ah.
Like through love affairs or something shit like that. So, and then there must have been...
Bro, so
Bro,
he's
ये
got
तो
everything.
ये तो फ्रानो का भी आदमी है.
उसको ये तो
बाप
बाप
है,
है.
हाँ.
फ्रानो तो गुजर के बाहर निकल रहा है. ये गुजरा ही नहीं. उसके पहले ही थॉट हो गया या मालूम पड़ गया. Poisoned cigars.
Yes.
ठीक है, exploding cigars. वो hypodermic needles with intense.
Bro,
ये
इसने यूएस के
करके-
नाक में दम
दम
करके.
रखा है. So and imagine CIA is trying to assassinate you. Your own rebels within Cuba are trying to assassinate. Ministers are trying to assassinate you. And
Lovers are trying to.
lovers are trying. तो सब लोग फिडेल को
Bro, there is one story, okay, of Fidel Castro. So the CIA pays a woman that they know is having an affair with him. They tell her that you have to assassinate him. Okay, take this gun, shoot him dead. Alright, so Fidel meets her. The room is locked. Okay, that's when the girl decides this is it. She takes out the gun, points it at him. Right? In true filmy fashion, he holds the gun and says, "Shoot me." And she
वहां से निकले
Chickens.
she puts the gun down, and then they make love.
And then Fidel shoots her right here. That's why don't mess with Fidel.
जो मेरे पठान.
कैस्ट्रो के घर पे आओगे और पार्टी लाओगे तो मेहमान नवाजी के लिए कैस्ट्रो भी तो आएगा.
और साथ में क्यूबन सैंडविच भी लाए. Cubano.
Goalie, poof. Anyway, there's one movie we have spoken about, which is very eponymous to the title of today's episode. It's called Luck.
Oh,
By
yeah,
chance.
yeah.
No, Luck by chance तो अच्छा पिक्चर था. This was just called Luck.
Luck.
I'm surprised you didn't start thinking.
आजमा luck, आजमा.
Oh,
आजमा
not
पर
not oil
आजमा.
lucky lucky oil.
आज किस्मत की
Not lucky
बाजी.
number 11.
आजमा नहीं. ये लक है जिसमें इमरान खान है.
Yeah.
आमिर खान का नेफ्यू इमरान खान.
You should
ठीक है?
spoil the movie totally. By the way, in
Yeah, yeah,
case you
please.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, in case you have seen it, I'm judging you. And if you've not seen it, good. I'll tell you. Right? So it's basically a copy of 13 Zameti. याद है 13 Zameti? Russian roulette के ऊपर जो movie है, उसका बहुत ही गंदा copy, where a bunch of lucky people,
The world's luckiest.
world's luckiest people are put together and they have to go through some shit और end में एक बचेगा, बाकी लोग मरेंगे. ऐसा है, ठीक है? तो they show each character and why said person is lucky
Exposition.
and a part of this. हाँ.
Exposition.
उसमें रवि किशन का एक सीन है where he is on death row. तो उसको नूज लगाया and he is about to be hanged. लेकिन नूज गिर जाता है. So he falls. So he doesn't die. And then by law, you are supposed to be let go.
No, that's not the law.
वो, according to Luck, the movie by
Okay,
Swam
because
Shah,
I'll tell you why the law was changed. So this has happened, which is why the court judgment now says to be hanged until death. It was
Yes.
punishment
So,
by
but
How it
then
happened to Ravi Kishan?
the hang वाला वो नीचे गिर चुका है.
correct, but
So
you
you
have to
can't. It doesn't say to be hanged until death after he has fallen down and the noose has
no,
broken.
the
then
point
you
is,
hang him again.
but you is still under custody and therefore he has to be hanged until death. Anyway, carry
ये
on.
मूवी में तो उसको निकाल
Of
दिया,
course, Ravi
ठीक है?
Kishan, हाँ.
तो ऐसे सब अलग अलग है. End में lot of people die, but the one person who's left is of course
Imran.
Imran Khan, right? And they're like तुम सबसे lucky हो ये वो हाँ that's so stupid. Villain बोलता है कि तू क्या lucky है चूतिए, तेरे को तो मैं अभी मारने वाला. निकालता है गन और मार देता है गोली. And you're like fuck, anti climax. अपने को लगा इमरान खान luckiest है. Cut to hospital का scene और इमरान खान बच जाता है.
Correct.
क्योंकि he suffers from a rare condition of people that people have where the heart is not on the left side
But on the right
but
side.
on the right side.
Oh my god.
Azma luck, Azma.
And then he and the villain make love.
This is
And
also
then the audience shoots themselves.
Imran Khan is
here.
basically Delhi because इसके दाएं तरफ भी दिल है, इसके बाएं तरफ भी दिल.
अरे, अरे,
Bro, ये उन लोगों का एंड था पिक्चर का.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
और जो रवि किशन के साथ हुआ वो हुआ था एक 12th century जापानीज मंक के साथ भी.
But
जिसका
this
नाम
is an-
है जिसका नाम है निचिरेन. ठीक है. So
क्या नीचे रहे?
नीचे रहे ज्यादा ऊपर मत आ.
Sorry, but this movie
His
plot
father's
is
father
also the
ऊपर
OG
पता.
Squid Games, dude.
Huh?
Squid Game तो यही था.
तो वैसे बहुत सारे मूवी है. स्टोन कोल्ड स्टीव ऑस्टिन का भी तो एक मूवी है आइलैंड पे सबको भेज
नहीं, वो
देते हैं,
wrestling है.
दूसरे को
ऐसे
Yeah,
मारते
मत-
that's
That's called.
हैं. द कंडेम देख वो भी स्क्विड गेम ही
अरे इट्स कॉल्ड सर्वाइवल.
WrestleMania.
so this Nichiren he used to be like a famous monk और जो बहुत सारा चीजें लिखता था completely subverting the power of the Japanese king and this at that point. So they said fuck it Nichiren तेरे को बोला Nichiren तू ज्यादा ऊपर
अभी तू 6
ऊपर
फीट
रहन,
नीचे रहन.
अभी तेरे को hanging
Oh, not 6
ठीक है
feet नीचे रहन.
तो सॉरी beheading hanging भी नहीं
Oh no.
Beheaded.
to be beheaded till death ठीक है तो Nichiren बैठा है और
नीचे बैठे.
हाँ नीचे देख रहे हैं नीचे रहन और ऊपर रहन
उसके नए हैं नीचे.
जो लेके आया है प्रॉपर हार्डकोर जापानीज स्वॉर्ड मतलब लगा तो तू मरेगा ही.
Wait,
ऐसे
they've got a
ऊपर गया.
Japanese sword to China to behead this man.
He's not Chinese.
He's Japanese. Okay, sorry.
हाँ, he's in Japan only.
Okay, sorry.
तो
But वो
ऐसा है.
नीचे है.
हाँ नीचे है. और वो उसको जो एग्जीक्यूशनर है वो मारने वाला है चाकू से लेकिन at that point executioner gets struck by lightning.
Oh,
और एग्जीक्यूशनर
अभी एग्जीक्यूशनर नीचे रहे और ये ऊपर है.
so they just let him go.
They let him go.
They were like,
because
sorry
of the
for the
unusual circumstances. I don't think you are killable. Ciao.
That's so crazy.
It could have been that, or once the executioner died, he just got up and walked.
Bro, but listen, how freaked out would the executioner be if you're about to behead somebody and then lightning strikes those guys? Like,
चल बच गया भाई मेरे को तो नहीं करना पड़ा लास्ट टाइम किया तो बराबर लगा नहीं था मुझे 4-5 बार करना काफी एम्बैरेसिंग था मेरे लिए तो इसलिए थैंक यू लाइटनिंग कि तुमने नीचे रेन को मार दिया.
oh shit, that's crazy.
बट यू नो लाइक दिस हार्ट कंडीशन जो था ना वैसे लॉट ऑफ ह्यूमंस आर बोर्न विद यू नो दोस वन इन अ मिलियन
Left to right,
लेफ्ट टू राइट राइट टू लेफ्ट अप टू डाउन ये वो सो देयर इज दिस वुमन हु इज बोर्न टेट्राक्रोमैटिक.
Okay.
ठीक है तो
Four colours.
यू सी लाइक विजिबल स्पेक्ट्रम में तेरे को एक अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट दिखाई देता है बट एवोल्यूशन के हिसाब से बर्ड्स वर्ड्स को तो और ज्यादा दिखाई देता था एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. शी सफर्स फ्रॉम दैट कंडीशन वेयर शी इज एबल टू सी सो मेनी मोर कलर्स.
Oh.
या सो लाइक इफ यू लुक एट अ लीफ यू लुक ग्रीन सिंपल ओवर और कुछ है नहीं बट उसने डिस्क्राइब किया कि जब वो लीफ को देख रहे उसको क्या ग्रीन दिख रहा है क्या येलो. शी सेड द बॉर्डर्स आर एक्चुअली रेड एंड ऑरेंज विद अ शेड ऑफ पर्पल इन देम.
और तू माइक्रोस्कोप में देखे तो करेक्ट है.
And then people are like, देखो बहन थोड़ा LSD कम कर. ये क्या कलर सर.
अरे मेरे पास नेचुरली अकरिंग एलएसडी है मेरे दिमाग में ही साइलोसाइबिन है. हाँ और कुछ
नहीं बहुत इस पे हम लोग अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी हैव रन आउट ऑफ लक एंड टाइम.
क्या बात है बजर दब गया है हुटर आ गया है.
चलो ठीक है. So on that note, that's the end of this episode of the Internet Set. So we were discussing luck and some of the luckiest people alive. If you know of any other lucky people, put it in the comments. If you're a lucky person, put it in the comments. If your heart is on the right side, put it in the comments.
If you are unlucky, also put it in the comments.
But then, right when you're about to put it in the comment, your internet will go and you will not be able to post it.
Also, if you wear your shoe before you wear your shirt.
Yeah. How many of y'all wear first pant, then sock, then banyan, then shoe, then left jacket, then
Left
right
jacket.
lace, and then the right boxer?
Okay, bye bye.
Before we
Good night.
Thank you so much for watching and tolerating us. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, it's goodbye. Take care. Tata. Salam ishq.
Hold up.
अपनी किस्मत की बाजी.
देख देख आ गए सब हैवान आ गए देख लगाने के लिए. देखो सब हम लोग ने बहुत ओवर टाइम कर लिया है. देख लो.